kayo yung first line or last line of defense sa ating mga bata laban sa ganitong mga insidente. So, kung pwede nyo pong ibahagi sa komite, ano po yung initial assessment nyo? Kung meron na po kayong basihan, initial assessment sa online activity nung shooter prior to the shooting.
So, Madam Chair, una-una ho, gaya ho na sinabi ng ating PNP-ACG, hinihintay pa rin ho natin yung paglabas ho ng warrant, cyber warrant para maimbestigahan ho natin yung mga gadgets ho nung child in conflict with the law. Ang peculiar lang ho dito sa incidenting to, unlike yung mga previous incidents po, na-interview natin yung mismo mga shooters o yung mga proposed or mga attempted shootings ho, yung mga gagawa ho nun. In this particular case, hindi natin ma-interview at hindi natin imbestigahan agad yung mga gadgets niya. Another challenge that's being proposed not only for the CICC, I think for all law enforcement agencies is if ever the warrant comes out, Madam Chair, the implementation of those warrants, medyo matatagalan din po. So to manage expectations po, matatagalan po yan because it would go through several countries. It highlights the problem po talaga ng jurisdiction over the platforms, whether it's the social media platform of the child, whether it's the messaging platform where he was, if there was predation, if there was grooming, yun yung nagiging challenge natin. So we have several leads po na bantayan with regards and several intelligence reports na sinasabi yung mga dito ho kumakalat siguro yung mga spekulasyon na baka may gaming platform na involved kasi yung mga alleged pinsan sinasabi na babad daw tong batang to sa isang gaming platform, but nothing conclusive, Your Honor, unless we get a hold of the warrant and investigate really and to manage expectations of this committee and maybe to address a particular challenge, ma'am. It would take time, Madam Chair.
Actually, Yusek, ayaw kong mag-manage ng expectations. I think mataas ang expectations nating lahat sa publiko kasi grabe, unimaginable, unacceptable na yung Tacloban, nasundan ng Zamboanga, ayaw nating matatawag ng iba na isolated incident yung nauna, masasabi ng iba coincidence itong pangalawa. Ayaw nating magkaroon ng pattern kasi gusto nating pigilin na ito at this point. So, cyber warrant, gaano katagal ba yan para maimbestigahan nyo yung gadgets ng bata?
So, usually, we're working with the Supreme Court right now to hasten the process of the issuance of cyber warrants. Maybe there's a need for the upskilling of our judiciary when it comes to appreciation of evidence, when it comes to the issuance of cyber warrants. We're working with the NBI and the PNP to hasten the process of the e-subpoenas naman po para sa mga iba't ibang agencies, platforms, at saka mga kumpanya para mapabilis din ho yung pag-issue ng mga kinakailangang impormasyon. Now, again, that's we're working on that, Madam Chair. Usually ho, ang mga warrants, medyo matagal ho yan. We can ask the law enforcement agencies here kung gaano ho sila katagal. But much especially pag cyber warrants po because there's a gap between the appreciation of the justices and the judges who are issuing the warrants and the understanding of ano yung hinihingi sa cyber warrant at saka yung mga evidences, yung mga digital evidences. So that's one particular challenge. And then to highlight the implementation of the warrants naman po, Madam Chair.
So with all due respect, magsha-shout out ang komite sa ating Korte Suprema na makiisa sa sense of urgency ng Senate dahil sa itong mga pangyayari. And the fact that there's a certain, itatanong ko rin po sa inyo at sa Meta, there's a certain video out there na habang tumatagal yung proseso ng pag-issue ng cyber warrant, ay magagamit by various actors na maaring may iba't ibang agenda as the investigation of the PNP is still yet and the NBI is still yet to prove. So, yung implementation, matatagalan, sabi nyo, kung makuha nyo na yung cyber warrant, ganong katagal tatagal yung implementation. So, go through several countries. Yung jurisdiction of platforms, itatanong ko rin mamaya sa Meta. But, so, ganong katagal yung itatagal ng implementation?
Sorry, Madam Chair. But usually, Madam Chair, pag halimbawa ho, based on experience, pag halimbawa na lang ho, we ask for information, it takes about 2 months po, Madam Chair, before the information gets back to us, Madam Chair.
And take note, Yusek, ang pagitan ng Tacloban at Zamboanga ay 2 buwan. Ayaw po nating magpalipas ng 2 buwan na naman without doing everything we can across all 3 branches of government in partnership sa ating private sector partners and civil society and academe partners, maputol na ito. So, yun nga po, gaya ng sinasabi pa natin kanina pa, hindi pa nga nawala yung takot, yung trauma sa naunang shooting, school shooting dun sa San Jose National High School sa Tacloban, at heto na naman, umaharap tayo sa isang kaparehong trahedya. And nabanggit ko po kanina, ang CICC kayo po yung first line of defense natin para sa ating mga anak sa ganitong mga sitwasyon. Pwede nyo po bang sabihin sa komite kung anong trabaho, anong mga bago o pinalakas na protocols kung meron ang in-institute ng CICC sa mga buwan sa pagitan nitong 2 insidente para mapigilan ng isa pang school shooting? Alin sa mga platforms ang kanina we were talking about the platforms na may yung iba may jurisdiction na tayo, yung iba wala. Aling mga platforms in-engage nyo at ano po yung mga outcomes ng engagement na yan kung meron na?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Unang-una ho, pinalakas ho natin yung coordination, interagency coordination natin. In fact, we already conducted trainings po to use the various tools for detection and monitoring ho na CICC with our not only our law enforcement partners but also our private sector partners. We also engage with advocacy groups po with regards to children and yung mga OSAIC-CSIM na cases ho natin. So, party na rin ho sila yung nung CICC's Threat Monitoring Center kung saan ho tinetrain natin itong mga ahensya na to at mga grupong to na gamitin yung mga tools natin para kung ano yung hinahanap nila, ni advocacies nila, madali ho nila ma-detect using our tools. Pangalawa ho, tama ho kayo, in the case of the Zamboanga shooting, on that very day, we coordinated with the PNP and General Wilson Asueta of the ACG. We extended our willingness to help when it comes to and the tools and the systems that we have in CICC when it comes to digital forensic investigation. And to be fair naman po, mabilis ho ang tugon ho ni General Asueta na sinasabi niya hinihintay lang po ang warrant. We also engage with Meta. Kaya nung araw din pong yun, Madam Chair, natanggal ho yung mga videos with regards to the school shooting itself at
Pero after how long? Kasi ang balita natin 14 minutes. Naka-live stream ang shooting bago na take down. Wala bang capacity ang CICC na ma-flag ka agad kapag may ganyang klaseng content na nila live stream, ma-take down within seconds or minutes man lang, not na ngayon out there almost a quarter of an hour ng ganyang klaseng content na pwedeng gamitin ng sino man na may iba't ibang tukana.
Madam Chair, to be fair to sa atin sa CICC tsaka sa mga law enforcement, once we have we reported and we had visibility on the video, we reported it to Meta. Tapos
How many minutes into the incident na nagkaroon kayo ng visibility?
If the incident po happened in that around
9:44 AM
9:40,
po.
we had visibility around mga 5 minutes. Tapos nireport na ho kaagad natin to sa mga platforms para i-take down ho. Pero again, maybe it's the
So if you were able to have visibility, ni-report ng CICC sa Meta, why did it take another 9 minutes bago na take down ng Meta? Or kasabay ng pag-report ng CICC sa Meta, hindi ba pwedeng kayo na mismo mag-take down?
That's the problem, Madam Chair. First is the jurisdiction. We don't have jurisdiction over these platforms, whether it's social media platforms, the gaming platforms, messaging platforms, and even streaming platforms. Kasi ang balita ho namin hindi lang ho sa Meta, tsaka sa Facebook nag-live yung bata. It was shared also sa isang website for these particular incidents. Yung
What website is that, sir? Yusek?
Watch People Die.
Yan yung pangalan ng website?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Sa ganyang pong sitwasyon, sino ang may jurisdiction? CICC had visibility, and then within 5 minutes of visibility, ni-report or within 5 minutes na nagsimula yung shooting, you had visibility, ni-report nyo sa Meta. The live streaming went on for 9 minutes more without Meta taking it down. Tatanungin ko rin sa Meta. Sa ganyang mga sitwasyon, who has jurisdiction? Who can prevent the harm of 9 more minutes of this kind of content live streaming to the country and to including all our children?
Maybe, Madam Chair, and I'd like to be honest here, this might be one of the gaps in our laws and in our legislation, that wala akong particular na ahensya na nagtuturo. Kasi tinuturo ko sino.
I agree po. It's a very big and very dangerous gap, which the committee will really try to fill. So ano yun? Dark web, itong watch people, dark web na website yan.
Parang siya, it's a website known only to us because of this incident, Madam Chair, but it has a particular following that has also group chats, that was also, kaya rin in proposing legislation, Madam Chair, we also propose that we have jurisdiction also over messaging platforms, not only Telegram, but also certain web-based platform chat groups like Discord.
Yes, Yusek, actually yung dalawang binanggit nyo, Telegram, Discord, nabanggit na rin sa naunang hearing nung tiningnan namin ng mas malalim yung problema ng nihilistic violent extremism. Alam ko yung mga investigators natin have not issued any findings kung applicable din yung NVE na lumabas dun sa Tacloban investigation, kung applicable yan or hindi dito sa Zamboanga. But it is good to hear that sa overall problem, particularly ng NVE, na ang CICC also has eyes on those particular messaging platforms. And then, hindi na po natin babanggitin ulit yung pangalan ng website para hindi ma-curious o maengganyo yung iba na dalawin yan.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
for the information
Renzo.
of the committee, we already recommended the blocking of the website within the Philippine jurisdiction. But again, the website's following is not really on the website. Doon lang ini-stream po yung mga videos, but their following usually talks, discusses, maybe radicalizes on separate messaging platforms, Madam Chair.
At kaya gusto ng CICC magkaroon din ng jurisdiction kahit kaugnay ng messaging platforms, at least in particular for this menace to children.
Yes, Madam Chair, and to help our law enforcement agencies a lot, because most of these messaging platforms do not have yung katulad ng ibang messaging platforms natin na we can relate it to a particular number to our SIM card registration. But these online messaging platforms, register ka lang, tapos nagiging anonymous po yung mga pangalan, hindi pa tunay na pangalan yung ginagamit. So if we have jurisdiction over these platforms, we can probably get some attribution to whatever ends, whether if it's a citizen here in the Philippines, we can prosecute. If it's somewhere, and in most cases, Madam Chair, madalas to mga to foreigners po at saka mga taga-ibang bansa, maybe we can strengthen our partnership and probably our MLATs also with other countries, Madam Chair.
Yes, yung MLATs, importante po yan na pag-uusapan din dun sa precisely yung regional and international cooperation sa pagitan ng mga law enforcement agencies, also addressing this problem in their own home countries. And isa po yan sa sinusulong sa enhanced anti-OSAEC, CSAM law, para magkaroon ng related but para malinaw, hindi magulo, separate or distinct section on NVE para yung tools natin laban sa OSAEC at CSAM magamit din ng investigators at law enforcers natin laban naman sa NVE. And mamaya-maya tanungin ko rin yung NCC, OSAEC, CSAM at saka ang DOJ, ano yung position nyo dun sa mga bridge provisions dun sa panukalang batas between anti-OSAEC, CSAM provisions at saka yung anti-NVE provisions. But for now, also to add na sa OSAIC bill nga na iyan na ini-expand namin, pwede ring mag-expand dun sa sino ang pwedeng mag-issue ng subpoenas kasi napag-uusapan natin kanina yung in particular yung mga e-subpoenas. So bagong legislation po ba or amendment ang kailangan ng CICC at hindi lamang additional budgetary support? Yusek Paraiso.
Maybe it's the ideal scenario, Madam Chair, would be all three concurrently being done, Madam Chair. In the meantime po, we can enhance the tools that the CICC has, which it can trickle down to our various agencies, whether it's law enforcement, investigation agencies, even the DOJ, OOC, who is also part of the CICC's executive committee. And again, malaking tulong po at nagpapasalamat tayo sa private sector din po, Madam Chair, kasi sila po mismo lumalapit sa CICC and volunteering their people to be part of the threat monitoring center, Madam Chair. Second po, we can enhance po and update po siguro yung mga cybercrime laws natin to include these particular incidents, particularly po yung RA 1175, the law po with regards to cybercrime prevention, which was enacted 2012 pa po and really needs updating, and probably some more mandates with regards to all the agencies involved, DOJ or OOC, the CICC po, and maybe new legislations po when it comes to jurisdiction, granting jurisdiction to whatever agency, whichever agency po, with regards to various platforms po, probably sa streaming platforms po. Madam Chair, kasi we're faced with the absurd situation na ang higpit natin pag nagpapanood tayo ng mga sinihan, yung MTRCB natin ang higpit, pero pag manonood ka ng mga streaming platforms, mga anak natin, kung anong gusto nilang panoorin, even yung cartoons po kasi, and this is part of the study that we are the literature we're studying, is even yung mga cartoons po, yung themes niya violent na rin, so appealing ho talaga sa children. So I think it's a concurrence of all three proposed measures, Madam Chair. Thank you po.
Thank you to Yusek. Well noted. Mamaya tatanungin ko rin kaugnay nung threat monitoring na binanggit nyo kasi at least one threatened attack in Laguna na foil po ng PNP dahil sa tip mula sa foreign counterparts nila. Pero hindi lahat ay may intel from other law enforcement agencies outside our jurisdiction. So nakakapag-develop na ba ng mga organic or local na threat monitoring systems? Well taken din yung tungkol sa pag-update sa ating cybercrime law. In fact, dun sa pagsulong natin ng enhanced anti-OSAIC CSAIM law, we also mention yung congruence with the anti-cybercrime law. Pero kapag maipasa na natin yan, baka makita din na kailangan ding i-update parallel, no, yung anti cybercrime law. Still more questions for CICC. Well, partly nabanggit nyo na rin po ito, pero ano-ano yung mga na-flag ninyong internet platforms na may kinalaman sa NVE in particular? Paano nyo minomonitor ang mga ito? Although sabi nyo nga right now, medyo nalilimitahan kayo sa monitoring na gusto nyong gawin. At bukod sa monitoring, ano pa yung naging pagkilos ninyo upang masiguro na may sapat na proteksyon yung ating mga kabataang gumagamit sa platforms na ito? You also mentioned that already, but if there's anything else you would want to add sa topic na to.
Madam Chair, apart from the things that were already mentioned, Madam Chair, we also see some limitations po kasi marami pong nagka-come forward from various, for example, the gaming community, which also are involved, parang meron silang visibility kasi part sila ng mga NVEs na to, whether out of curiosity tapos nagsusumbong ho. We refer them to our friends sa law enforcement. Siguro ito yung magandang paggamit ho ng intelligence funds when it comes to successful reporting or rewards when it comes to these persons. Kasi pag aasahan nyo kami sa whether it's law enforcement o sa amin sa CICC, bago ho kami, medyo matatagalan bago namin ma-penetrate ng mga NVE groups na to if they already have proposed targets here in the Philippines. But there are already existing people that were coming forward and then approaching CICC, and we pass them on sa whether it's the PNP or the NBI po. Siguro po ito yung mga tamang paggamit po ng intelligence funds kasi honestly hindi ho law enforcement agency po si CICC, so as much as we want to entertain them and prevent some things from happening, we still have to rely on our law enforcement partners po, Madam Chair.
Salamat, Yusek. We have at least two organizations of the gaming community with us in the hearing, and tatanungin ko rin sila mamaya together with all the other sectors, all the other stakeholders around the table, kung paano din sila makakatulong sa pagtutulungan nating lahat na paano natin mapoprotektahan yung ating mga bata laban sa serious violence o kahit sa NVE mismo. CICC pa rin, ano yung mga konkretong panukala ninyo para maiwasan, particularly yung online glorification of violence? Isang iniingatan din namin even during this hearing, mahirap balansehin pero ayaw natin na yung online glorification of violence magpatuloy unchallenged. Ano pa yung panukala nyo dun sa tinatawag na contagion effect or yung mabilisang pagkalat o paggaya sa ganitong mga violent activities? Kaya nakakaano talaga yung 14 minutes of that content is out there. So, mga recommendations nyo, sir?
We agree, Madam Chair, that any second that any video is there, it creates harm, whether it's misinformation, disinformation. In extreme cases, these school shootings, violence, and yung mga extreme violence na pinapakita ko, and it's being rewarded by virality, it's being rewarded by sharing. Kaya ho, ang ginawa ho talaga natin, apart from talking to Meta, we directly talk to our netizens para hindi na ho i-share yung video na yun. I think the solution lies in acquiring jurisdiction over the platforms, kasi ho, ngayon nakarely lang tayo sa community standards ni ho nila. In fact, in this particular incident po, hindi ho tayo nag-cite ng law when we requested Nag-cite tayo ng community standard nila na this is very sensitive material, kaya na-take down kaagad. So in other cases naman po, talagang kaya nga ho nagsanay ho kami lahat na parang aralin na rin yung community standards, kasi yun ho yung way natin, Madam Chair. Nakikiusap pa rin ho tayo nakikiayon pa rin ho tayo sa kanila, instead of maybe when we acquire jurisdiction, we propose also in our country, eto isama nyo sa community standards nyo to, kasama talaga itong mga provisions na to do sa kailangan nyo bantayan, Madam Chair.
Anong sinagot ng Meta sa inyo nung kinausap nyo sila about not rewarding this content with virality?
To be fair, Madam Chair, mabilis po. Kasi nga ho, we based it on their community standards po, Madam Chair. In some cases, for example, yung parati nating problema with comes to misinformation, disinformation, malaki yung pagtatalo namin kasi sinasabi nila freedom of expression, freedom of information. Magkaso na lang ho yung mga nalalabel, Madam Chair.
No, what happened in Tacloban and happened now in Zamboanga goes way beyond freedoms. Wala naman kahit sino sa atin may freedom na hayaang masaktan at manakit ang mga bata because of influences na all of us around the table ay pwedeng maiwasan, mapigilan, marespondehan. Sabi nyo mabilis yung pag-aksyon ng Meta. Well, they were 9 minutes late about taking down the video, but paano yung sinabi nyong, ano yung mabilis na aksyon nila and ganong kabilis naging yun?
Madam Chair, when we requested, tama ko kayo, relatively, yung bilis is relative dapat to sa atin, immediate. But because they still have to go through their channels and because they have the sole control over their platforms po, medyo nagkaroon ng lapse ng time. Pero tinanggal ho naman nila yung original video, tinanggal ho nila yung account ng bata, and pinasok na ho nila do sa AI system detections. They have those, Madam Chair. Meron silang AI detection tool na that can sweep their own platforms with regards to a particular incident or particular content at ino-auto flag at ino-auto take down nila, Madam Chair.
Pero tanungin ko ang Meta mamaya, no? Sapat ba yung AI detection so far in terms of actually detecting, distinguishing between a video na produced lamang pero and a live action feed tulad nung nangyari dito. You know, having to who go through channels, real time po yung threat dito. On the part of CICC, you had visibility and you reported this to Meta within 5 minutes from the start. Paano nyo nalaman na naka-live stream yung pamamaril na iyan? At anong if you wish to add, no, if you have something to add here, anong interventions ang sinagawa nyo para siguruhin na i-shut off ng Meta yung live stream at iti-take down yung mga photo, yung mga video ng incident na hanggang ngayon kumakalat pa rin?
So, Madam Chair, it's all because of yung, apart from reporting, andito yung threat monitoring center natin. And now, we are encouraging everyone din po, Madam Chair, na if there are mga bagay na hindi natin nakikita on the internet, for example, may mga nagsishare pa rin po, i-report po sa amin sa CICC sa 1326 hotline ho natin para i-take down ho natin. It's really a call for action, a call for help din do sa mga netizens natin na tulungan din ho tayo sa pamahalaan kasi admittedly, even with the most advanced tools, may mamimiss at mamimiss tayo. And, you know, it should be a concerted effort by everyone that we keep our internet safe, Madam Chair. Sa parte naman ho ng CICC, binuksan na ho natin yung hotline 1326 natin. Hindi lang ho para tumanggap ng mga complaints, but also for reporting din. Since the Tacloban incident, Madam Chair, and even before that, we have contemplated in opening up our hotline for the reports. I think I talked to Yusek Jello of the CWC for an enhanced the intervention, Madam Chair, na pag ay may mga tumatawag sa 1326 na nandun na rin ho sila sa ating threat monitoring center and even do sa hotline 1326 natin na to provide the initial interventions po, Madam Chair.
Sa sumbong ba ng isang netizen sa CICC sa hotline nyo nalaman itong pagla-livestream ng incident?
No, ma'am. Nahalagay po natin doon sa threat monitoring center kasi nag-viral ho talaga siya.
Grabe. So nag-viral muna bago na tip off ang CICC na may ganitong nangyayari, pero ahead na yung pagkalat ng virality niya. Yung binanggit nyo pong hotline or hotlines, subject din po yun ng enhanced anti-OSAIC-CSAM bill para yung iba't ibang hotlines at least pumasok sa isang unified na infrastructure para siguradong no tip or sumbong or cry for help falls through the cracks, and then pwede pa rin delegate sa appropriate agency without taking over any of their distinct mandates. One more question from me as of now, Yusek. Pero I also have the information na wala dito ngayon ang Meta. So, pasensya, yung mga tanong ko dapat sa Meta, sa inyo ko rin po itatanong. And before we complete the committee report, I will communicate again with Meta in writing kasi sobra silang, lalo na dito sa insidente sa Zamboanga, sobrang in the middle of the problem sila, and hopefully magiging parte din ng problem solving or prevention. Pero para sa CICC, yun na nga, 14 minutes naging FB live yung shooting na ito. Bilang cybercrime agency ng ating bansa, alam nyo po ba kung yung Facebook, so hindi kayo, hindi Meta, okay, Facebook, Meta, kung meron ba silang capacity to detect an active live shooting a few moments, kahit walang nagsumbong sa kanila, kahit hindi sila mag-aksyon, kahit hindi sila magresponde sa CICC, pero meron ba silang built-in capacity mag-detect ng active live shooting moments after it starts para, in principle, ideally, agad maputol nila yung live stream? At kung wala silang capacity, ano alternative protocols ang pwedeng itulak? Sabi nyo nga, in-engage nyo sila dun sa usapin ng community standards.
Madam Chair, knowing the system that they have right now, they can input anything in their systems for detection, and medyo hit or miss siya. For example po, we doon sa illegal efforts natin against illegal online gambling, naging over-restrictive naman siya. when it comes to the pag pinapasok nila doon sa AI detection tool nila. In this particular case po ng school shooting, na I don't think, since it's a video, there's no particular parameter, lalong-lalo na pag walang description, wala ho tayong parameters na ipapasok para mahagip ho ng AI. So, hindi rin ho kakayanin ng AI in real time na mag-analyze ng isang video. For example, a live stream, mag-analyze ng isang video with regards to context. For example, may leak video na lumabas, hindi niya malalaman na school shooting video pala siya talaga in real time, Madam Chair. So I don't know if there's a particular system that does that right now. It's very Big Brotherish, Madam Chair. But for the information of the committee and especially Madam Chair, Secretary Henry and I don't know if the law enforcement agencies would join us. We would be traveling to Singapore to meet with the officials of Meta, and for the information of the committee, and maybe the committee would like to send its own representatives in that meeting, Madam Chair.
Oh, maraming salamat para doon. We will send someone with them to Singapore. Okay. So the committee will send a representative kasama ng delegation yun. Salamat po sa CICC para dyan. So yung binanggit nyo kaninang AI detection on the part of Meta, so dahil no particular parameters pala sila, then obviously it will miss. And you put your finger on it na hindi madedetect ng AI lahat ng contexts that maybe human detection would, or yun na nga, heightened and sharpened community standards o parameters, lalo na in the wake nitong dalawang trahedyang ito. I think walang danger sa ngayon maging over-restrictive tayo dito sa usapin ng serious violence at even NVE involving children. As an aside, I don't mind being restrictive about online gambling, pero ibang legislative work pa yan ng Senado. Pero definitely, hindi rin gusto ng komite tumawid sa pagiging big brother, but there must be other levers we can pull aside from on the part of Meta in this case, yung binanggit nyo pong messaging platforms, and then the other stakeholders around the table as well, sa pamamagitan ng committee report, yung mga legislative interventions na pwede naming irekomenda. So, pasensya na, pero my Meta questions, itatanong ko na sa CICC. Well, I was going to ask them paano nila nalaman na naka-live stream yung pamamaril na to, and at what point were they able to intervene and shut off. Everybody knows now, 14 minutes. So there's a quarter hour of this kind of content out there para magamit paulit-ulit. Was it still while the shooting was ongoing or already after the fact? Would CICC know po yung 14 minutes na yon, tapos na po yung buong krimen, or nagpatuloy pa pagkatapos maputol yung live stream?
I think based on the video that we have seen, may nagawa na ho yung krimen, pero it didn't extend all the way up to the conclusion, Madam Chair, which was the self-inflicted shot to the child in conflict with the law, Madam Chair. But in this particular case, Madam Chair, ang naging challenge din namin, hindi lang yung original video that came from the child in conflict with the law. May mga tao ho kasi nakita namin perspective may nagvi-video using another device, tapos yun yung in-upload din ng iba yung tao, Madam Chair.
May isa pang tao na nagla-live stream?
No, Madam Chair, habang
or
nagvi-video po nung live stream. So, kasi alam nila siguro na pag tinanggal mo yung original video, lahat ng shares na yun, mawawala na yung link na hindi mo na makikita. So what they did was record that particular video, tapos yun yung in-upload nila as if original video. And to be honest, Madam Chair, when it comes to attribution, original video nila yun kasi sila yung nag-record nun, Madam Chair.
Well, hindi ako law enforcement investigator dito, but have you told the investigators and law enforcers this particular detail na may ibang taong vini-video yung live stream and then in-upload din even after the live stream was cut?
Yes, Madam Chair, and upon coordination po with the head of the PNP-ACG po, medyo sinabi pa nga niya sa amin na ang bilis nyo naman pinatake down. Sabi ko, na-preserve naman yung data because they wanted to investigate also the video. Sabi ko ho, we asked for the takedown, but we also asked for the preservation of the data, Madam Chair.
And na-preserve naman po ng Meta para ma-turn over nyo sa investigators.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Tatanungin ko rin sana ngayon, tatanungin ko pa rin in writing sa Meta kung may anumang paraan yung platform nila mag-detect ng active live shooting a few moments right after nagsimula para nga maagapan na putulin agad yung live stream. Well, sabi nyo nga kanina na wala silang particular parameters and kung AI detection lamang ay very possible ma-miss ito. So, kung may intention man na ma-detect at ma-take down agad, and that's already the best case scenario here for Meta, pero kung hindi ma-detect, yun ang problema. Yes, Yusek.
Madam Chair, I think we can concede to the fact na yung detection yan, medyo kung kailan lang natin nagkaroon ng visibility when it comes viral or when it comes to our consciousness, it would take time. Pero dapat yung upon detection, yung swift action, yun ang pwedeng resolbahin ho talaga ni Meta. And yung mga kaibigan natin si Meta, medyo naawa na rin ho kami sa CICCC kasi dito yung mga kaibigan natin na nandito sa Pilipinas are pang marketing tsaka pang government relations. So, pero when it comes to real decision making, in fact, a classic example nga ho, pag halimbawa mag-i-issue tayo sa PINA, mag-i-issue tayo ng warrant, they cannot resolve or they don't have the powers really or the discretion to make real decisions here in the Philippines, Madam Chair. And I'd like to iterate na medyo nakakaawa na rin yung mga posisyon ng pinapadala na yung mga ina-assign na Meta dito sa Pilipinas, Madam Chair.
I'm sorry, hindi ako naaawa sa kanila kasi until they do the most that they can para tulungan tayong lahat. Kasi pag tutulungan nating lahat ito, all the sectors and stakeholders around the table, para definitively mapigilan ang pagkalat ng impluensya and active influence nitong mga malign actors, whether for serious violence or even NVE. Dito sa ating bansa. Tuloy po ba at gaano kalaki yung o kalawak na yung pagkalat ng video kung namo-monitor po ng CICC?
Fortunately, Madam Chair, na-restrict yung virality, na-restrict ko yung pagkalat ng videos. Right now, you don't see it in the social media platforms, but we are also trying to look at the other forums, particularly in the dark web, kung saan po pwede kumalat ng video to. Especially being aware that there's one video out there that did not originate from the shooter themselves.
Exactly.
But,
And that video, Yusek, anong ginagawa ng CICC at ng Meta, kung alam po ng ninyo, para i-take down pati yung pag-repost ng original video sa social media at sa websites?
So that particular video, Madam Chair, to be fair naman din po na take down natin all the videos of the shooting related to the shooting. In fact, pati yung mga third person perspective po ng mga estudyante with regards to the shooting na take down po. And in sometimes po, kung hindi naman siya violative do sa content because of the sensitive nature, ang ginawa ho ng mga platforms, particularly Meta, blur po yung mga videos na yun, Madam Chair. So if you see the videos there sa mga platforms natin, naka-blur na ho siya. But we still encourage the public na baka may nakalusot po to report so we can take it down po, Madam Chair.
Siguro kahit naka-blur, alam naman na ng lahat na yun eh. Siguro kahit yung naka-blur, dapat i-take down.
Madam Chair, I think yung naka-blur yung mga third person perspective lang po, yung mga galing sa estudyante. Pero yung mismong video ng shooter, yun yung naka-take down to po, Madam Chair.
Okay, let's address the original problem first, the original sin. But just to note na concern din po yan ng committee, kahit yung third person, but of that incident. Magkakaroon ng visibility kapag ang CICC o ang Meta kapag viral na. But I think yung kailangan nating i-figure out bago pa maging viral, paano na natin mapigilan na kumalat because of the harms na nakikreate niya. Hindi lang yung actual violent incident or yung actual NVE in other cases, pero yung harm na nalilikha dahil kumalat yung ganyang content. So bago pa maging viral, kailangan natin ma-figure out paano natin mapigilan yung pagkalat niya. We just checked and we found videos still on Meta.
Madam Chair, that's why baka may nakakalusot po doon sa amin or maybe doon sa medyo nakakaligtaan ni Meta. we encourage everyone, not only the committee but all our citizens, that they can report to us to CICC. Just give us the URLs, Madam Chair. If the committee can provide us the URL right now, we can relay it back to Meta so we can monitor if the post has been taken down, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair.